everyone, today we will be making the Sienna trousers, the wide leg palazzo pant that flatters all body shapes, ideal to whisk you from day to day evening whilst being supremely comfortable to wear. A beginner pattern construction makes it versatile to pair with a short top, t-shirt or pullover, or go for a layered look with a long t-shirt. Maybe go for a lightweight cotton or a sumptuous linen for a summer or holidays, and a heavier wool-stitched wool or jacquard for the winter. This style has pocket bags, centre back zip and a simple waistband. You have the option to sew French seams or a simple overlock finish for the internal seams. Enjoy these step-by-step instructions and have fun. What you need for the Sienna style: your pattern and booklet purchased, your choice of fabric. We recommend poplin, linen, cotton satin, light to medium weight, poly cotton, poly viscose, viscose crepe, medium weight, rayon, lightweight denim. Please allow extra fabric to match plaids or stripes. Lightweight fusing, also known as interfacing, 0.5 meters. Pins, measuring tape, disappearing pen or marker, your choice of shears, paper shears, pinking shears and fabric cutting shears. Sewing thread matching the base colour on the right side of your fabric. If you are using an overlocker today, you will need 4 more threads. You will need thread for your bobbin or shuttle. Optional pattern weights, your glossary terminology booklet, and a 26cm concealed zip. This should match the base colour on the right side of your fabric. We also offer bundles, which include your choice of fabric, lightweight fabric fusing, also known as interfacing, 0.5 meters, your choice of sewing thread, and a 26cm concealed zip, matching the base colour of your fabric. Before you cut your fabric, please refer to the chart on your pattern sheet. Each size has a different cut line. Then cut your paper pattern pieces out. Fabric preparation. Check your iron heat on a scrap piece of fabric. Always press fabric before cutting. Some fabrications can shrink. It is important to follow the grain lines stated on your pattern. When cutting, you can either trace around your pattern pieces or pin onto the fabric. Make sure you snip your notches and mark darts within the seam allowance if needed. If fabric is slippery to cut, it is useful to add an additional layer of paper underneath the fabric. Cutting your garment. Firstly, we suggest you refer to the lay plans provided in the booklet. Depending on the size you cut today, will depend on the amount of fabric needed. Fold your fabric in half. Make sure your selvages align the edge of your cutting table. Next, place your pattern pieces on the fabric according to the lay plan provided. It is important to read the instructions on the pattern pieces, as some do require to be cut on the fold, and we suggest that these are placed on the lay plan first. Ensure all grain lines are being followed. We advise you measure the grain lines distance between the pattern and the selvage to ensure that the straight grain is consistent throughout all pieces. Then pin your pattern pieces down and cut. Make sure you snip your notches and mark darts within the seam allowance if needed. Some of your pieces may require fusing. This will be stated on the pattern as block fuse. Cut these separately and then apply to the fabric by using the iron. Step 1. Start by applying the fusing on the waistband panels. French seam the pocket panels together. Alternatively, you can overlock these together. Press the seam flat. Step 2. Turn the pocket bags so the right sides are facing. Step 3. Place the pocket bag on the side of the leg panel. Attach the pocket according to the shape of the front panel. Step 4. Stitch right side up 1 cm seam allowance on one side from top to bottom of the pocket bag to the front trouser leg panel. Now flip the pocket over to the other side of the front trouser panel. Stitch right side up 2 mm on one side from the top to the bottom of the pocket bag. Step 5. Trim any loose threads. Step 6. French seam the side seams of the leg panels together to the hem. The back of the pocket will become part of the seam. Now press the seam towards the back. Step 7. Now make darts on your back trouser panel. Step 8. Match the dart notches by stitching the right sides of the fabric together. A back tack should be done at the end of every dart. 1 cm extra thread should be left at the end. Step 9. Be careful while making the darts. The stitch line needs to remain straight as indicated. Press the darts towards the seams. On the top edge of your trousers waist, stitch wrong side up 0.5 seam allowance across the length to pin the pocket bags down. This also helps to prevent stretch when applying the waistband. Step 10. Put the inside legs together and French seam. Turn the trouser hem up by 1 cm, hand tack and press. Turn the hem again by 2 cm and pin into place. Then stitch 2 mm in from the folded edge. Remove tacks and pins, press again. Step 11. French seam the front rise. French seam the back rise but stop at the zip notch. Step 12. Neaten the French seam by gently pushing the corner with a point turner. At the bottom of the zip opening, stitch 4 mm corner and snip the end of the stitch. Overlock the zip opening. Step 13. Ensure you trim any loose threads. Step 14. Sew the waistband panels together, wrong side up, 1 cm seam allowance. Press the seams open. Now sew both panels together, right sides together. Stitch wrong side up 1 cm seam allowance from the edge. Open the waistband and top stitch 2 mm in from the folded edge on the right side of the fabric. Step 15. Overlock the raw edge of the waistband, press the fold at the seam. Step 16. Stitch the outer waistband to the trouser. Ensure you match the notches. Then press the seam into the waistband. Step 17. Now change your machine foot to either a half foot or invisible zipper foot. These feet are recommended when applying the zip to stitch close to the teeth. Mark your zip at the indicated finished measurement. Step 18. Place the top to sit in line with the seam allowance on your facing panels. Open the zip and then stitch from the top of the zip to the bottom, leaving 2 cm of the zip unstitched. Tack the bottom of the zip down to the open centre back seam. Close the zip and stitch up the other side. Step 19. Mark to match the inside waistband and snip out the corners of the facing. Step 20. Fold the facing so the right sides are together. Sew down the side of the facing to the zip. Step 21. Make sure the facings align. Use a point turner to push the corners of the facing out to create a right angle. Hand tack the circumference of your waistband to the trouser legs on the seam allowance. This is optional. Step 22. Ensure you trim any loose threads. Step 23. Edge stitch 2 mm in from the folded edge on the right side of the fabric. If you have hand sewn, you can remove the hand tacks. Press the waistband lightly. Step 24. Now give your garment a final press. You have now finished the Sienna trouser.